Welcome back to freehighschooleducation.com. Today we are going to do chapter 4.5, equations with fractions. This is another application chapter. We simply add fractions to the equations and we solve. So before solving the equation, we are going to get rid of the fractions. They give an example in the book, 4 over 5x plus 3 over 10 equals to 1/2. Here they use the least common denominator, the LCD, to multiply all the terms in the equation. And by using the LCD, we get rid of these fractions. And the LCD in this case is obviously 10. If you do not know how to get the LCD of a series of fractions, then you simply multiply the denominators, and in this case we get 100, and that will be a common denominator, but it is not the least common denominator. And you can use this to solve this equation. Check the book for using the LCD in solving this equation. We are going to solve it by using the common denominator, which is 100, simply by multiplying the denominators. So now we multiply 100 times 4 over 5x plus 100 times 3 over 10 equals to 100 times half. We can actually take this to the other side and minus and then multiply by 100. So we can simplify our expression first if we want to. Now 100 times 4 over 5, 100 cuts with the 5, and we get 20 times 4 x plus, this is x, plus 100 times 3 over 10, that's the 10 cuts with the 10, and we get here 30 equals 100 times half is 50. Now we have on this side 80x equals to 50 minus 30, and 80x equals to 20. The zeros cut. It's like dividing both sides by 10. And now we can divide by 8. And we have x equals 2 over 8. And that's 1 over 4. So the answer is 1 over 4. The same answer that they had in the book using the LCD. Another concept introduced in this chapter is that of the average. When we get the average of a group of numbers, we simply add them and we divide by the number of numbers or the number of items, and that will be the average. We are going to use this definition to solve word problems. So we are going to do number 2 on page 145. Try this. Joe received the following test scores: 86, 92, 78, and 95. So he received 86, 92, 78, and 95. What grade must he earn on a fifth test to have an average of 90? The fifth test is not known, so let's put it as x. Now if we add these, and we divide by the number of items or the number of numbers, in this case it is 5, we should get the desired average, 90. Now adding these 4 numbers gives a sum of 351 plus x over 5, so we added these 4, plus x over 5 equals to 90. In order to get rid of the 5, we multiply both sides by 5. So multiply by 5 and multiply by 5, and the 5 cuts with the 5. So on this side we are going to have 351 plus x equals to 450. We take this to the other side. So x equals to 450 minus 351. And the answer is x equals to 99. So Joe has to get 99 in the fifth test in order for his average to be 90. Now we will do some of the exercises involving fractions. Classroom exercises on page 145. Solve for x. Number 1, 1 over 5x minus 1/3. 1 over 5x minus 1/3 equals to minus 8 over 15. Again, here we can see right away that the LCD is 15. Or, as we said before, if you're not sure, multiply all the numbers. So you can multiply 5 times 3 times 15. And whatever you get, you can use that as a common denominator. Your numbers here are going to all be big numbers because you're not using the least common denominator, but the answer will be eventually the correct answer as if you are using the LCD. We are going to use the LCD. This way it's faster and we can do mental math. So 15 times 1 over 5x plus minus 15 times 1 over 3 equals to 15 times minus 8 over 15. Actually, here we are multiplying 15 times minus 1 over 3. So we can cut, and that will be 3x minus, we cut here, that will be 5 equals, this cuts with this, and that gives 1 minus 8. Here we have 3x equals 2, we take the 5 there, 5 minus 8, and that will be minus 3. We divide by 3, and that will be x equals to minus 1. We can always check our work by putting x here in the original equation. Its value, substitute the value, and we should get both sides equal in the equation. We'll do number 2, 5 over 6y. Plus 1/2 equals to 7 over 3. Again, we can take the half to the other side and simplify, add and subtract these two fractions, and then get rid of the fractions. But that will be a longer way of doing this, solving this equation. Instead, it is much easier to use the LCD, which is 6. And again, if you do not know how to get the LCD, simply multiply the denominators. So you're going to be working with this number. Here that's 12 times 3, that's 36. We're going to use the LCD, it's faster. 6 times 5 over 6, y, plus 6 times half equals to 6 times 7 over 3. 6 cuts with the 6, and we get here 5y. 6 cuts with the 2, and we get 3. So 3 times 1, that's 3. And here we get 2 times 7, that's 14. 5y equals to 14 minus 3. We get the 3 to the other side. And that's equal to 11. And we divide both sides by 5. And we get y equals to 11 over 5. And we can put it in this form, 2 and 1 over 5. We'll do next number 4 in the classroom exercises. Five over 6y minus 8 equals 1 over 3y plus 1 over 8. Here you can use 6 as the least common denominator and multiply all the terms with 6. Or you can, at this point, bring the 1 over 3y to this side and minus it from this. So we are going to do that way. And we take the 8 to the other side, and the 8 plus 1 over 8, they are easy to add. Here, this we can multiply up and down by 2. So that will be 2 over 6y equals to 8 and 1 over 8. And you can see this is a very easy way of solving this problem. So now we have 3 over 6y equals to 8 and 1 over 8. This is half, so we can reduce it to 1 over 2y equals to 8 and 1 over 8. And now, in order to get rid of the 2, we multiply both sides by 2. And here we get y, and on the other side we get 16 and 2 over 8. And 2 over 8 is 1/4, so it is 16 and 1 over 4. And that will be the answer. With this, we come to the end of this session. We hope to see you again.